Good morning. Welcome back with the MQL Suite Morning Market Report. Margin traded investment carries considerable economic risks, and whoever carries it out under his or her sole responsibility. Therefore, the author of this teaching session assumes no responsibility for any direct or indirect damages in relation to investment decisions taken by the listener. Today is Tuesday, 11th June. Wall Street yesterday recorded the fifth consecutive session of gains, with the main indexes that have resumed the long-term trend. Earnings on Wall Street have given charge to the Asia-Pacific stock exchanges, all in positive territory. The Japanese government is ready to increase sales tax in October as expected, but is ready to take flexible political measures if risks to the economy materialize. This is what emerged from the mid-year guidelines, which also states that the government expects the Bank of Japan to promote easing in order to reach the 2% inflation target as soon as possible. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will be visiting Tehran this week in an attempt to ease tensions between Iran and the United States. Abe is in a unique position, experts say, thanks to his close ties with Washington and friendly relations with Iran. For Japan, stability in the Middle East is essential because it imports most of its oil from the region, even if it stopped buying crude oil from Iran this year due to US sanctions. Some experts minimize the prospects of the journey, convinced that the maximum that Abe can achieve is to convince the two sides to resume talks. In Italy, the turmoil in the Italian government is not abating. Yesterday, Conte again threatened to resign. The situation seems to have stabilized after the summit last night. Conte, in fact, declared that the government will go ahead and that it intends to avoid an European infringement procedure against Italy. The Council of Ministers now waited on the security decree foreseen this afternoon, but, above all, the information of Tria in Parliament on the confrontation with the European Commission. The Brent this morning trades at $62.50 a barrel, in slight recovery from last night's losses. Last night, the agreement between Saudi Arabia and Russia was confirmed for the extension of the production cut until the end of 2019. However, Moscow is very cautious and vague, and this leads some analysts to doubt the application of the extension of the cuts, since the variables linked to the US-China negotiations make the economic picture very uncertain, and such as to require simple guidelines to be modified during construction. It's a quarter to 11. All the indices are moving higher. The Australian index is gaining 1.19%. In Wall Street, the Dow Jones is gaining 0.26%, the Nasdaq is gaining 0.46%, and the S&P is gaining 0.30%. In Europe, the FTSE 100 is gaining 0.49%, the Dutch index is gaining 0.68%, the Swiss index is gaining 0.64%, the CAC 100 is gaining 0.57%, the DAX is gaining 0.62%, and the IBEX is earning 0.28%. Finally, the Eurostoxx 50 is gaining 0.81%. Among the commodities, the palladium is appreciating by 0.10%. In the forex market, the Australian dollar is mixed with AUD CAD that is losing 0.11%. CAD CHF is earning 0.12%. The euro is mixed with Euro AUD that is earning 0.14% and the Euro NZD earning 0.36%. The New Zealand dollar is weakening. NZD CAD is losing 0.27%, NZD CHF is losing 0.19%. Finally, USD CAD is moving under the daily parity. The pound is the strongest currency this morning, with 1.95% gain on the basket. The weakest currency is the New Zealand dollar, that is losing 1.70%, while the Japanese yen is losing 1.20%. The best performance is recorded by GBP NZD, that is earning 0.49%. The worst performance is recorded by NZD CAD, that is losing 0.25%. That's all for the moment. If you liked our analysis, please leave a like one. Furthermore, I invite you to register on our channel to stay up to date. Have a nice trading!